What's updated? So let's do a complete multi-time frame analysis of some of the AUD pairs giving us currently trading opportunity. These are including Aussie Yen, AUDNZD, AUDCHF, and AUDCAD. Now, what you see on the screen, this is the intraday or 4-hour time frame, and you see a significant trading opportunity. Now, before we discuss what it is, let's do a complete multi-time frame analysis. Then we'll come back to this time frame to see how we can trade them. Now, first, let's start with AUD and ZD. As you can see that AUD and ZD recently have changed its from uptrend to the downtrend. You can see that there is on the 4 hour, there is a head and shoulder has been created. If you see clearly, you can see that this is the head and this is the left shoulder and this is the right shoulder. Now after this head and shoulder, as expected, what we have seen that AUDNZD has broken from this level of resistance. So you can see that this is the support here. From this support has been broken to the downside. Now at this point we have seen a strong breakout with AUDNZD after the news announcement. Now we see the price is creating a strong bearish price action. Now at this point, how we can trade AUD and ZD? First, look at the bigger picture, monthly time frame. You can see that monthly, quite a few months, almost back to back 6 months, AUD and ZD was in an uptrend. Now, as expected, AUD and ZD might come for a deeper retracement because the market will never move in one direction, as you know. So if we take our Fibonacci level for the possible retracement, to do that, take your Fibonacci from here and place it at the starting of the move to the end of the move, and we can expect now AUD and ZD at least come back to this at least 38.2% we can consider, which is also a monthly level of support. You can see this is the monthly level of support, and what we see that if we draw a trend line with that, we can find a possible support which is aligning with the Fibonacci minimum Fibonacci level. So we can expect in the first move AUD and ZD to come back to this monthly level of support. Now if we look at the weekly time frame, we can see that the price has creating this strong bearish candle, which is today we saw that a strong breakdown. Now at this point we see that there is no significant support on this level except this doji, so we can expect now AUD and ZD to come down further. Looking at the daily, we have seen the past day there is a strong bearish engulfer after this doji. This is a nice looking bearish engulfer. After this bearish engulfer, the price didn't look back. We have seen that the price now started to drop as expected. So where we can and then sell AUD and ZD. If we look at the 4 hour time frame, we see that the price is creating nice looking bearish price action. Now we will be waiting for a slow retracement on this one. It will be best if the price come back to this level of support to test this support here on the 4 hour support here as a resistance, or if we see a slow retracement, probably a couple of dodges, as soon as we will see the price started to create another impulse to the downside on this time frame, then we will consider shorting AUD and ZD according to the rules of our strategies to the downside with a high risk to reward ratio with our students. So this one is with AUD and ZD. Let's look at AUD CHF. Now we can see that AUD CHF looks like that a little more strongly bearish than AUD and ZD, but the same kind of pattern we have seen AUD CHF. If you look at the monthly time frame, this is what I mentioned in my weekly forex forecast as well. As you can see on the monthly close with this doji, after price going for a retracement, we now see a rejection to the downside. Now at this point, what we can expect for AUD to come back at least to this level of support, which can give us a really good trading opportunity on the lower time frame. Now looking at the weekly, after the previous weeks back to back two dodges, we have seen now after a little retracement the price now as expected melting to the downside, and we can expect it to come to this level of support or even break down from this support as the price created as a nice looking bearish price action. Now looking at the daily, what we see past day, there is a consolidation pattern here. It's a sign of reversal followed by this breakdown with this bearish engulfer followed by this narrow doji, which is retracement to the upside. Today as soon as market open after news announcement, we see the price is now melting down. Now if you look at the 4 hour, this is where we can find a trading opportunity. Now what we'll be doing on the closing of this candle, we'll wait for a slow retracement, and as soon as we'll find that price action that we are expecting, we'll consider going short on this one on retracement to the downside with a high risk to reward ratio. So this one is with AUDCHF. Let's look at AUDCAD. Now we can see that AUDCAD was going in a local uptrend on this 4 hour, and this is basically looks like a reversal pattern. Now if you look at the monthly on AUDCAD, also the same thing. We have seen that it was in a downtrend for a long time with this bearish engulf around the monthly, followed by this doji, another bearish engulf. So all these are bearish price action. So this month we have seen a doji closed as a doji, crossed this monthly high, and then we have seen the price is reversing. Now at this point, if you look at the weekly, the same thing. Weekly doji has been crossed, and now we see a rejection. Now this, if you look at the, so this is also a bearish price action. You can see the price tested this resistance on the weekly. Now we can expect now coming down, probably creating a new lower low. Now looking at the daily, we see that this is the local daily uptrend, and this is kind of reversal pattern. Normally the price sometimes reverse like that. You can see this is the same thing here, reversal pattern with a long weak candle at the top, long candle, and then immediate return. It's a kind of reversal pattern. So what we can expect, with respect to daily price action, we can expect another doji here, probably from this zone. We could see a possible head and shoulder, and then we can expect a reversal on AUD CAD. Now if you look at the 4 hour, this is where we'll be expecting for the price to create a slow retracement, which will complete a head and shoulder, and then we will consider shorting AUD CAD from this zone, from this zone based on the price action confirmation to the downside with high risk to reward ratio with our students. So now AUDJPY AUSSIAN looks like very strongly bearish. We have seen a strong breakdown. It was in an uptrend for a long time. After the previous month's close, we have seen a very strong move down. So what we can expect now, Aussie yen to continue to drop as Aussie getting a little bit of weaker. If you look at this long week candle here, what I think that the price will finally might come back to this level of support here. Okay, resistance to test as support. Even we could see a break from here as yen getting stronger and Aussie getting a little bit of weaker. So with that in mind, if you look at the weekly, past week we have seen a bearish engulfer as expected. This week the price now continue to drop, and I think that it looks like a head and shoulder here on the weekly. We might see Aussie one for a very long period of time. We could see a reversal on this one. So looking at the daily, if you look at the daily, that there's a double top on the daily and then strong breakdown. Now if you look at the intraday, and let's see how the price action react. Now we have seen a big move happen. We need a significant retracement to the upside. As soon as we'll see that kind of price action, a healthy retracement from this zone, according to the rules of our strategy, we'll consider going short on Aussie yen to the downside with a high risk to reward ratio with our students. So these are the pairs that we are currently on Aussie pairs we are looking at for trading. Thank you for watching. See you soon in our next analysis.